Welcome to Sean's Learning Adventure. Now this week, we're learning about some grammar. Now this is all about subject and verb agreement. Now what is subject and verb agreement? Well, in English we have this rule. The subject and the verb need to agree. Now first of all, we need to define the subject and a verb in a sentence. Well, the subject is the part that tells us who or what the sentence is about. And the verb is the part that shows the action or what's happening. Normally our subject is going to be a noun, and most often our verb is going to be some type of action. A noun is almost always paired with a verb. We have something that is doing something. Now we have to talk about the importance of subject-verb agreement in English. Now it helps the sentence make sense. If the subject is singular, like dog, the verb must be two, like runs. The dog runs. Now, if the subject is plural, like dogs, the verb must be two, like run. The dogs run. Now let's take a look. At an example. Here we have an adorable little cat. The cat, which is our subject, jumps, which is our verb, over the fence. In this sentence, cat is a singular subject. It's only one. So the verb jumps is also singular, and they agree in number. Now, there are different techniques that we can use to identify the subject. Normally, we look for who or what the sentence is about. Find the action in the sentence and ask who or what is doing that. Tom runs. Well, who is running? Well, Tom is. So obviously, we know that our subject in that sentence is Tom. Here are some examples of subject identification in different sentence types. Number one, in a simple sentence, the sun shines. All right. Well, what is our subject? What is shining? Well, obviously, it is the sun. See that cute little sun right there? Isn't it lovely? Now, we can also have a question. Who is coming to the party? Now, what or who is the subject? Well, who is? Who is coming to the party? Now, the subject and the verb still must agree. Now, in a command, it is still the same. Clean your room. Now, our subject is you, and because this is a command, we kind of hide the you, but we'd still express that you clean your room. This is a command, so it's a little bit different. Now, in longer sentences, like this one, the curious cat with the fluffy tail chased the colorful butterfly. Well, the subject is the curious cat with the fluffy tail. Don't forget that fluffy tail because it is way too cute. Now, let's talk about the verb. The verb, which is one of the coolest words in the English language because it is funny sounding. Verb. Go ahead and say that again. Verb. Sounds like the word Phineas and Ferb, which is a fun cartoon in the 2000s. Now, how to identify the verb in a sentence? Well, first of all, you look for the action or what is happening in the sentence. Ask yourself, what is the subject doing or being? Now, there are different types of verbs. We have action verbs, linking verbs, and auxiliary verbs. With some examples here. Now, an action verb shows an action. An example, she dances gracefully. Now, what is our verb? Dances. It's an action. Now, we can also have linking verbs. Now, linking verbs link the subject to more information about it. He is a doctor. Now, the verb is here, or to be, is a linking verb. He is, it's connecting, a doctor. So he is a doctor. We're connecting him and a doctor. That is a linking verb. Now, an auxiliary verb is a little different. It helps the main verb in a sentence. An example is, I have eaten lunch. Now, for those of you who have studied English for a while, you know this is the present perfect. I have eaten lunch. Now, what is our verb here? Well, this verb have helps eaten. It is the assister, the auxiliary. Now, subject-verb agreement is really important. Now, let's give a little explanation of subject-verb agreement. First of all, subject and verb agreement means that the subject and verb in a sentence must match. In number, specifically, either singular or plural. And person, first, second, or third person. I, you, he, she, all of these must match. Now, common rules for ensuring agreement in number and person. Look at that little dog. He's terrifying looking. Sorry, I got distracted by that evil looking little dog. Well, let's look at this. Singular subject with a singular verb. The dog, that evil one up there, barks loudly. Now, what is our subject here? Dog, right? One terrifyingly evil-looking little dog up there. Now, what is the verb? Barks. Can you see that terrifying little dog? The dog barks loudly. And if you've ever had a Chihuahua, you know they are annoying and they bark very loudly. Now, we can also have a plural subject with plural verbs. Now, here we don't have one little dog, we have two evil little dogs. The dogs bark loudly. What is our subject here? Dogs. Those two evil little dogs up there. And what is the verb? It's bark. Notice the dogs bark. It is a plural verb because we have a plural noun. Let's take it a step further. We can get a first-person subject with a first-person verb. I am happy. Notice I is paired with the verb am. Now, to be changes depending upon who we are speaking with. I am. You are. He, she, it is. You, plural, are. We are, and they are. Now, this is how you change the simple. Now, this is how you change the present simple. But it must always agree. If it's first-person subject, then it needs to be a first-person verb as well. Let's take a look at some practice exercises. The cat, which is our subject, on the roof. And our verb here is sit. Now, are we going to say the cat sits on the roof, or will we say the cat sit on the roof? What do you think? That's right. The correct answer is sits. The cat sits on the roof. See that cat sitting? Isn't it cute? I would love a little pet cat right now. Except I have an annoying dog, and you can hear him outside. Now let's do another practice exercise. My friends, which is our subject, verb here is going to be play or plays, basketball after school. Now, is this going to be my friends play basketball after school, or is this going to be my friends plays basketball after school? What do you think? That is right. My friends play basketball after school. Great job. Super proud of you today. Now let's do another one. Here's our next practice exercise. She, which is our subject, going to be a verb, her favorite book. Now, is it going to be read or reads? She read her favorite book, or she reads her favorite book? What do you guys think? That is right. She reads her favorite book. Now, there are some common mistakes that people make. Notice this one. The dogs runs in the park. Now, what is the mistake here? That's right. The subject and verb don't agree in number. It should be run, not runs. Now, how about this one? She am singing a song. Now, what is our mistake here? That's right. The subject and verb don't agree in person. It should be she is singing a song. Now, this is a lot of fun, and this is just a taste of some of the fun English vocabulary that we are going to be learning. But whatever you do, get out there and practice your English. And be sure to like and subscribe for many more great tips from Sean's Learning Adventure. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.